entered camp with the presumptive move being to send him to AAA, and it's always the presumptive move for us with young players who haven't played in the big leagues yet. And you see how camp develops, and you see how the rest of your players are performing and how the rosters shape up, and see if there's grounds for an exception to the rule. But in this case, we felt like it was the right thing to do.
Ronald specifically, I was amazed at how quickly he moved through. He didn't spend a whole lot of time at high A ball, double A, and so on. And our lean coming into camp was to give him a little bit more time, but we weren't going to make the decision until we had to. So a tough one. He's going to be up here soon. If he continues doing what we saw here, gets into the flow of playing day in and day out, the goal is for him to be up here and be up here to stay and not have to go up and down.
Well, his numbers this spring would lead you to believe that all the published hype is well-founded.
You know what, and that's, look, there's no denying he looked great. The spring training numbers, there's times that you buy into them, there's times that you don't. You know, the tools and the talent are there, so I'm not saying I don't buy into them at all, because I see the talent that's there. The one thing you don't know is no one's preparing for you, no one's advancing. Look, I think he's a great talent. He has holes. I don't know what they are yet. I haven't seen them yet. But I know he has holes. I mean, he did strike out some in the minors and so on, but that being said, he still has all the talent in the world to be a great player. So once the lights come on, you're playing every day, it's big league, guys on the mound, there's an advance report and so on. He's going to have to adjust. I mean, there's very few guys that come up here and hit the ground running and don't look back. So we have every confidence in the world that he will, and he'll have a long, great career. But, you know, that said, you know, a little bit more time has never hurt any player.
That when I feel like a guy's ready to be in the big leagues, you want him in the big leagues. And it seems like the industry, I get the control and why teams are doing it, but is it always best for the industry? You know, that's a tough place to put you in.
No,
but,
man. I mean, listen, I mean, it's about the complete player, too. You know, I mean, there's a lot more to his offensive line, and you can look up and see 1,100 OPS in AAA or whatever those numbers were and what he did in the fall league and start to point towards, you could call that domination. But we want him to be the best third baseman possible.
So you're looking at things that you're saying, everybody thinks he might be ready. We're saying we're not sure he is
well,
yet.
I mean, Harold, you know, once you get to the big leagues, asking someone and challenging them to be a better defender on a daily basis. And, you know, I'm not a carrot stick guy, but really maximizing and taking risk in the minor leagues is a lot easier to do than it is in the major leagues.
Yeah.
So just,
and he's going to be under some major scrutiny.
Yeah, man, it's going to be all about his performance that day, and it's harder to focus on, you know, what he could potentially be as a third baseman.